earlier we were talking, Dr. Scott, about different assessment items and thinking about bias, and you were talking about kind of people doing their homework when they're signing up for something that actually they use in the hiring process. And I wanted, this is a great topic related to that just, I don't know, people don't normally think of this type of thing as to where some bias comes from, specifically around, again, diversity in the candidate pool versus diversity in the types of assessment items you have. So can you talk about this a little bit?
I will, and this is a fairly technical piece here, but it's easy to understand that any assessment that you use has some distribution of items, right? So let's say it's an agreeableness, a personality scale that's measuring agreeableness or like, or whatever you want to call it. The common term is agreeableness. Well, at one end of agreeableness is Mother Teresa, and the other end of agreeableness is probably Hitler, right? Well, we're not going to be assessing Mother Teresa. We're not going to be assessing Hitler. We're going to be assessing some much narrower band of folks who are actually applying for our job. And we want the assessment items to closely match the distribution of the applicant's ability or personality or whatever it is we're measuring. Otherwise, we're going to first ask them things that they don't have a reasonable response to, because they don't understand the material, which is frustrating for the applicant. It's going to be unreliable, and it's going to end up being biased. So it's critical that, and Matt, you and I both, we take different approaches to this. You use computer adaptive testing. I use an approach where I match the distribution of my item set to the distribution of the applicant population, but we get to the same end point, which is each applicant in the population is going to take a set of assessment items that will elicit a reasonable, meaningful response. So we're not wasting their time throwing items at them that there's no way that they can respond to in a meaningful manner. And everyone, and I've seen by watching this closely and doing this work with our assessments, it increases, the people who take the assessments are happier after they've taken the assessment. Their satisfaction is higher. We have 95% completion rates versus for unproctored online assessments, which is incredible. I mean, usually you get a 60% completion rate. But if you've matched the item set to the actual distribution of the construct in the population, it has a number of wonderful outcomes from that. And it improves that assessment tremendously.